there's another clone the other day. I don't like that word anymore because the word clone, it's kind of like the word human and people. It's this overreaching word that really doesn't define things. Just like the word sentience doesn't actually define what people think it is. They corrected me on that because I was using that word when I was first seeing this stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, they don't have sentience, do they? And so they had to like show me a little correction on my error that sentience is not the word people think it is. And so who knows? Maybe that's something they changed as well. But who really cares what the definition of the word is? The fact of the matter is a carbon copy. If you have like a 1-1 clone of something, if you would clone a living being, like when I clone plants are living, they're good at making them look like they're living. And so when I clone them, they end up being something different. They're close, but not really. They'll end up being something quite different. One could be short, one could be tall. And it takes a long time to get a clone that's even close looking to the other one. Close acting, performing structurally, nutrient-wise on the inside. So then when we talk about humans, they're supposed to be like so much more complex than a plant it's got a leaf and it does photosynthesis and it's got roots and it needs water. Ooh, so complex. And it sits there in the wind and it looks stupid until you chop it down and eat it. So it's real hard to get like you don't get a 1-1 clone of plants, and you don't get like a 99% clone generally either. So when I see clones or replicas, carbon copies, I use the term replica when I ask for my helpers when I started seeing this stuff, just in case. Because I wanted something exactly like me. But I think I'm probably the one who doesn't actually get a real replica here, right? Because I'm not on the outside of this system. So, I mean, I am, but like I'm the one in it, I'm assuming. So, okay, so the dude approached me the other day. Anyway, so let me finish that up. A carbon copy is like when you put something through a printer or a printer copy machine, and you get an exact duplicate of it. And it's like the same 5 words. It says like, this paper is trash, throw it away. Make 5 copies of it, and each copy is about the same, unless it's running out of ink. And that's like about the difference between these people I've seen clones of. And especially like when I've seen 10 copies of them, and when I've got 2 in the same room, it's like, well, we obviously have something that's not a living being here, because there can't be 2 of them or the same people in the same room if it's a living being, right? And okay, so the other day I had this weird feeling like, I don't know, I've developed these senses, and I can feel and hear heart rates and breathing and recognize speech cadences, grammar. I've always probably been able to recognize speech and cadences and grammatical usage and what it means when people use it. But more recently, I've been able to like feel things. And at first I noticed it because I was thinking I was just like noticing the person's breathing and their heart rate and stuff. And, but like this person, I just like could feel, I felt something. And then like, so I turned around, I was already laughing at this dude because I thought I was about to have the best from the skull. And And I was just turning around like what's up? And it's like, so I'm in a place where I don't speak the language for a reason. So when someone comes up and I say, what's up, they can skittle daddle, scat, skidoodle, get the fuck out of here. And then, yeah, so I did that. And like, he like said something, or he wants me to call a taxi for him or something, I think. I'm like, no Espanol, like only English. And but I like he had like this look, almost like he was defeated in a way. He was like looked amped up and then defeated, like all at the same time. And then I didn't really notice it. I thought maybe I went off like a little too fast on that person, although it was done in a way where you could possibly say I was going off on someone. Yeah, it's just totally joking and laughing about it. But then I realized, like, when I got back to where I was going, that looked pretty much exactly like not the last person who tried to rob me, but a person before that. I think the person before that. When I was in Portland, like, I think two kids were trying to rob me. And I didn't get very far. They jumped and ran. And, but I kind of remember what the person looks like in their face and then their attitude. And it's like, wait a minute, that was like that same carbon copy, right? I don't want to say person. I like for a minute I was like, I'm seeing the same people, right? Like it's just like 1,000 miles away and they're teleporting but then I remember like, no, I got two of them in the same room at one time. And it turned out exactly how I would have told you one of those people would act when they met another one. And in fact, before two of my friends had met each other, and I had already learned what to expect from that possibility. But that one was like, I mean, before it even happened, they were discussing with me what might be about to happen. And it's like, well, I already figured that. Can you just calm down and not go there? But so I don't see them as the same people, especially when I see a ton of them. And I mean, what are they like? They're super intelligent and acting stupid. They're the world's best actors. But no, it simply boils down to I've gotten two of them in the same room. And then the media's blocked, so I can like organize like some sort of global discussion on who clones are and why clones and carbon copies exist in this world and what that means about who might be living on this planet and who might just be either we're in a world with robots or we're in a world that's computer generated and it's just creating. It's like when you play Grand Theft Auto and you travel down the road, you can just drive around the city all day, 24 hours, and you'll find the same prostitute. It's the same prostitute. They didn't take time to make like 17 million different prostitutes, but you'll see it like 17 million times. Same dress. She's wearing the same dress. You come back to the game 90 days later, same dress, same prostitute. It never changed. And the way I'm seeing it is it's just a little more in depth than this realm. But it's the same thing, just more in depth to make it look real. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm seeing. And it's interesting in seeing it again, but it's not really even interesting to me anymore because I've seen it enough to know that it's there and it's happening. And I mean, if you guys want like guess what? Like proof you have clones. Like, go ahead, start organizing it, and I'll give you the phone numbers of people you can start calling. And you want to convince them to get in the same room together so you can start researching them. And then I guess you're going to have to fund a media outlet too, because the clones also run the media. So they're not going to help anyone. Like, I thought these people were some sort of advanced beings in control of the world and the media, and I think they're just another section of the clones. Like when you play Mario Brothers, Bullet Bill, is the other Bullet Bill the cousin of Bullet Bill or the father of Bullet Bill? Look, here comes a third Bullet Bill. Is that Bullet Bill's sister? Oh, sixth Bullet Bill. That must be his great uncle. And it's like, no, it's the same freaking Bullet Bill. It is, because even if they made it different, it's the same Nintendo system emulating Bullet Bill. Bullet Bill isn't real. And that's why it's a clone. That's why it's the exact same thing as everything else, as every other Bullet Bill. And every other thing in that game is exactly the same because it's exactly the same. And I guess Nintendo is the god of Bullet Bill, right? And Bullet Bill doesn't actually exist. Nintendo created Bullet Bill. And Nintendo brought Bullet Bill into this world and can take Bullet Bill out of this world anytime it wants. In fact, Nintendo created Bullet Bill to be taken out of this world. It had no other purpose. It's a bullet flying at you and you kill it before it can kill you. It's the entire point of it. And so, this is how I'm starting to see some of these answers. Like, why did God create this and that? Why did the people in this world create the stuff here? And it's like, why did Nintendo create Bullet Bill? Like, why do I have to have level 2 of Mario Brothers? I have Super Mario. I have to swim underwater. I don't want to play a water level. What crappy God created the water level? Oh, it was Nintendo. Oh, okay. Anyways, no one complains about that. But if you want to make it seem real, you could program Bullet Bill or the prostitute in Grand Theft Auto to whine about their job. And in fact, Grand Theft Auto took the liberty of doing that. Rockstar did that, didn't they? The prostitutes will cry and whine. They'll be like, oh, this is such a hard job. My legs hurt. My pimp's going to beat me up if I don't bring any money. And it's like, your legs, you don't even have legs. It's just pixels on the screen. You're not even real. You're the same person over here around the block when I pull around the block. You're the same exact person. And I'm going to come back 30 days later and you're going to be popping up in a different city. And then I'm going to speed from one city to the other in like 30 minutes. And you can't even get there that fast if you stole a plane and got there. And you're going to be over there on every corner too. But your legs hurt. Your legs hurt, don't they? They hurt so much. And, you work so hard. The prostitute works really hard, right? In Grand Theft Auto, the prostitute's like, oh, I've been working all day. My legs hurt. Shut up. You haven't even worked a freaking millisecond in your non-life. You don't even have a life. It's not real. But to make it real, they programmed it to whine. Like that's a lot of the NPC player. It's not just like what I've been saying, like I thought I was seeing in some of the beings I met. They're just like, the only work they seem to know how to do is whine about work they do. And I've never seen them do work, but I've seen them whine. And it's like that, that's pretty hard work, I guess. It took me a long time to, achieve this level of whining about everything going on around me that everyone else has been a master at since I freaking was introduced to this game. And the prostitute its legs doesn't hurt. It really doesn't have legs. I mean, it's got the illusion of legs, but there's no energy being spent. We try to sort this out, whether there's clones amongst us that are robotic or they're digitized and we're in a digital world. Are we in a physical world or a digital world? And if we're in a physical world, this is some really expensive and time-consuming stuff to create. And I think from what I'm gathering, we could have just chose to destroy it like right away. And then I guess it restarts and just recreates. So we aren't going to spend 90 decadillion dollars creating one generation of humans who are going to die, who could just die like that. So you would create it in like a virtual world. That's my best hypothesis for whether they're actual robots or not. Of course, they feel real, but I've never taken any of them apart. No, not exactly like that. Not dissecting them. I have to have those type of conversations, don't I? But, I mean, I kind of gotta figure it out. You have to start rolling things out. You gotta understand it. And then, like one of the things why people are still finding new parts inside the humans that they haven't found in the past 20 billion years is because, well, it used to be illegal to take apart humans and study them. When they die, you can't do anything with them. Because Jesus, who didn't exist except for the last 2,000 years. So why didn't they take humans apart 2,200 years ago? And the other 19,999,900 years, whatever, right? Ignorance. Once you boil it all down, it all points to the one thing, that the world's fake. And it didn't actually exist as long as they say it did either. So, I mean, because the ones creating these stories are the clones as well. I'm not sure if they're all specifically the clones, and maybe there's a group of humans